Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I'll be covering some Master Rank gameplay featuring Machamp in the jungle. Machamp as of right now is my most preferred Pokemon to play as a jungler, and this is not to say that I think it's the best jungler, I am simply stating it's the Pokemon I'm most comfortable with right now. But I played things like Gengar, Garchomp, Zorua, Cinderace in my journey to become a master in Pokemon Unite. I played them all, I've tried them all, and I see the value in all of them. They're all very strong, granted that you understand the mechanics behind the Pokemon and you can read the map effectively. However, I do value Machamp more than some of the others due to the fact that it scales well into the late game, on top of the fact that it has an early game power spike at level 5 when it evolves into Machoke. You have the option of Submission or Dynamic Punch for those early game ganks. And in case you don't know, gank is the term that a lot of us League of Legends players use when, you come out of the jungle to try to make a play in one of the lanes. And I will be saying that I'm completely free to play when it comes to this game. I haven't used any money when it comes to, upgrading items. However, I have spent money when it comes to buying the Pokemon to use. I do enjoy this game, so having more of a available roster makes the game more enjoyable and allows me to try and learn new things, because as a solo queue player, you have to be able to play everything to a certain extent if you don't get your main role. So as the game begins, I'm going to level up Karate Chop for that early clear DPS, and as a melee jungler, I do tend to do the same thing. I eject button over the wall just to save a few seconds. By the time I finish clearing my first side of the jungle, my ejector button will be up, and under rare circumstances, the enemy jungler can invade into my side for an early skirmish, but that's usually not the case because they usually play it safe. And yeah, so my eject button being on a cooldown right now isn't really that big of a deal. So I cleared the Ludicolo for the, the DPS buff, and then the Bouffalant for the defense buff. And because none of my laners have taken any of my Corphishes, this will allow me to get to level 5 in the first clear. And like I said, once I evolve into Machoke, I will be able to have my choice of Dynamic Punch or Submission. I prefer Submission because it's a nice CC. It's a guaranteed, lock on top of the fact it allows me to move around the map a lot faster. So I submission onto the Snorlax, it connects, and that allows me to guarantee and secure the kill. I'm just going to claim one of the fruits so my opponents cannot use it for their sake. And this bunny is playing really aggressive. I'm really surprised that they did that, considering there's 3 of us right in their vision. I think they thought that the platform would be able to sustain them long enough for the Snorlax to come back. However, that is not the case. We just put out too much damage, and that bunny is very fragile in the early game, so they should have known better. So Submission allows me to get to my camps a lot faster, on top of the fact that it provides some DPS, so very good move. And I'm just going to do another rotation of my jungle. So by clearing this jungle the second time around, this will allow me to get to level 7, which will allow me to level up Cross Chop. I prefer Cross Chop over Close Combat due to the fact that it's basically like a gap closer, on top of the fact that it can be used in Escape. So think of it like an eject button, but on a lower cooldown. So I clear my side of the jungle, and I'm just gonna, go towards my top lane. I can see the Zorua right here, so it's essentially a 3v3. So I made the right call when it comes to moving to this side of the map. And because my opponents are so heavily underleveled, we're able to win the fight relatively easily. Zorua can be a little dangerous in the early game if the full slash connects. However, it doesn't really have sustained damage in a team fight until it reaches level 8, where it gets its second skill. So we get the platform, on top of the fact that we secured 3 kills. So we're good in XP and we're good on points. I'm just coming back to my side of the jungle for the 3rd time to, get my buffs and level up to level 9. At level 9, I level up to the Machamp, and it allows me to get my Unite move. So normally I would continue to clear the Corphishes, however, the objective is up, which is the Dreadnought, and I personally prefer the Dreadnought over the Rotom in the early stages of the game. Being able to press your level advantages and, convert them into skills is very important when it comes to pressing a lead. So we start the objective, however, the opposing team tries to get closer to it, so I'm going to use my Unite move to zone them off and see if I can pick up any kills. So I was able to kill this Charmeleon, and my team, secures the Eldegoss. Not to mention we also get the Zorua as well. So right now we're in a really good position in the game. As you can see, the two opposing laners were able to secure the Rotom, so it's inevitable. I mean, we had 4 people bottom, and we secured the Dreadnought, so that gives them the time to secure the opposing, side of the map's objective. Because I use my Unite move, it's ideal to clear as many camps as you possibly can to expedite the Unite energy process. When you clear camps, you get more Unite energy, so I just want to clear as many as I possibly can to get my Unite move so that I'm, available for the next fight. There are 3 opponents showing bottom, so although I don't have my Unite move, I am very high level, so I'm just going to go bottom to defend or try to help out in a fight if I can. However, my team has got everything covered. They didn't really need my help, but I'm just here to, guarantee that we win this. And we're able to secure 3 kills. My team is playing it really conservatively, really safe, and, that is the right play. At this time, there are no objectives to take, and, trying to forcefully score our points is an option, however, it's not ideal. They can easily interrupt us with the spring from the spawn, and the Cinderace used their Unite move on me. I have my cross-chop submission and eject button available, so I'm able to walk away relatively easily. I'm going to recall here, get my HP back, and then I'm going to head back bottom for the Dreadnought, which is spawning in 12 seconds. I'm signaling to my team that I'm going bottom because I want to claim this objective for our team. The Slowbro's already here, the Gardevoir is here, and the Cinderace is in our jungle, but that's perfectly fine. They're still very underleveled, and they're having a difficult time trying to contest the objective. As you can see, the Zora's on the left-hand side, and the Cinderace came from the top, so they're all in the general area. I'm not going to continue hitting the objective. I need to, try to be active in this fight. I Unite moved, I got 3 of them, and not to mention we get the Eldegoss. The only one that's available is the Charizard right there. I think they were trying to score, however, we're all there, so that's not going to work out too well for them. And because they're all in base spawning, this allows us to cleanly secure the Dreadnought, which puts us even further ahead. So right now, I do what I normally do. After I use my Unite move, I try to get it back as quickly as possible by, clearing any camps that I can see on the map. This time around, however, once I get my Unite move, I don't use it in a preemptive team fight. I always ensure that I have it ready for the Zapdos fight at the 2 minutes. Because we're so far ahead, we do not want to start the Zapdos. That would be creating a lose condition for us. What we want to do is just make sure that the opposing team doesn't get it. So by starting it, we don't create an opportunity for them to steal. We just play it safe, we defend, and then as long as they don't get it, we'll be perfectly fine. So the opposing team is really underleveled. They're very far behind, and they're just getting picked off one by one, trying to defend. The Charizard jumped into the entire team, and that's not really the right play when they already lost the platform. But at this point, they're just making any last-ditch effort that they possibly can make to try to get back into the game. I'm just going to secure my buffs again and, get these camps so I can get my Unite move. And once I have my Unite move, I'm just going to stick with the team and try to defend the Zapdos. The Cinderace is overextending. When you're far behind, you don't want to try to get caught out because that's just going to put your team even further behind. There's 3 of our opposing, enemies in the bottom lane. As I can see, the Charizard's there, so that's all 4. So it's basically a 4v4 because Gardevoir is in the middle of the map. I see an opportunity, so I Unite move. However, I don't want to get caught in the AoE damage, so I cross-chop away. However, as you can see, the level advantage is easily apparent, and we just dismantle their entire team. I'm heading to the center area to check on the Zapdos, and as you can see, the Cinderace was trying to sneak it. However, they don't have enough damage output to burst out the Zapdos, we KO the Cinderace and we're about to secure the Zapdos. However, they surrendered beforehand, and from start to finish, it was a relatively clean game. We didn't make any major mistakes to allow the enemy team to get back into the game, and that's the type of gameplay I would like to see more often when I play solo queue in Masters. However, that's not really realistic. For us solo players, we do get those games where we try to communicate with our teammates, but whether they willingly choose not to listen or they just subconsciously, just do their own thing and just forget, there are games that are easily thrown out the window because, one or two members of your team or even yourself make a mistake. And with Zapdos being a thing in Pokemon Unite, it's really easy to lose the game. Zapdos, in my opinion, is really overpowered. The first 8 minutes of the match do make a difference. They determine whether or not it's going to be your win condition or your lose condition. When you're ahead, you don't start the Zapdos unless you can secure it cleanly. For example, like you KO the entire team, then you can secure the Zapdos and take it off the map. Or, you just wait for an opportunity to defend it, and then you just continue pressing your advantage. But yeah, Zapdos can completely mitigate the entire first 8 minutes of the match under the right circumstances, and considering it has the potential to do that, I do think it's overpowered, and I do hope that they nerf it in the future. However, this was one of those few examples where the team played well, and I do like to think I played well too, and we just played a really clean game in solo queue. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. And I am a Twitch streamer as well. I stream my Master Rank gameplay on Twitch at twitch.tv/chanwin26. But yeah, if you like what you see, I would appreciate any support you can offer, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.